Alright, I want you to listen up. Trump versus Clinton. Clinton versus Trump. This one, we're going to talk about the economy. More importantly, you. Now, I already gave you good reasons why you cannot allow Trump in office. Because he is unstable. Not because Hillary said it, but because his own book, Think Big and Kick Ass. Trump has a book called Think Big and Kick Ass. And the things he says in it are more frightening than any horror movie you could imagine. Talks about enjoying revenge and getting even and not trusting anyone. And we're talking about a man who could order people into a war, could even cause a world war, and as a matter of fact, could even use nukes. So an unstable person who obviously has mental health issues that he's not having worked on, we can't afford to have him in the White House. And I don't care where you are politically. It doesn't matter. If you care about your own life, and if you care about this country and this planet, you just cannot have him in there. But forget about that for a minute. The economy. Well, Moody's is not a liberal organization by any means. That's right, Moody's. Now, what they have analyzed is that a Clinton administration, over her term, would bring roughly 10 million new jobs in America. That's 10 million new jobs in America. Versus Trump, a loss of 3.5 million. So let me be very clear what I have just said. And we're not going to make this long-winded. Trump, Americans are going to lose jobs, over 3 million. Clinton, we're going to gain 10 million. Where does that leave you? Well, better chance of you losing your job under Trump, or maybe getting an even better job under Clinton. So I'm reading another article Moody's has, and they were speaking about some things Clinton wants to do. And what they said was that there will be a lot of job creation. And essentially, that's good for all of us. So we're looking at a recession and a loss of 3.5 million jobs if a Trump gets in there, under a Trump administration, and a recession. Or we can keep moving forward, have more money in our own pockets, and increase jobs. As a matter of fact, having infrastructure rebuilt in America. That means those roads that you drive on, those bridges that are unsafe possibly, and who knows what else. Under a Clinton administration, they're going to be worked on. Under Trump one, we're looking at another recession. Now, that's what the experts say. And I've given you reasons before not to vote for this guy. What does Torcaso say? Well, I will tell you. I'll give it to you this way. When Bill Clinton was in office and he left, he actually had a surplus of $1 trillion in our surplus, in our treasury. He had $1 trillion in the bank, for lack of a better term. And then he was a Democrat. He was a liberal. The Texans been liberal. I'm not trying to be making fun of you, but I'm tired of the propaganda and the BS. And I don't mean Boy Scouts. He was a so-called tax and spend liberal, but he had $1 trillion in the bank. Now, so-called conservative, who likes to not raise your taxes and all that fun stuff, that would be George W. Bush. Well, he inherited $1 trillion from the Democrat. When he left office, he had increased our deficit to about $10 trillion. Or, put it in a different way, he used up the whole trillion and added about another $9 trillion. So-called conservative. So you want the truth? I know you probably can't handle it because you're not thinking for yourself. You're letting both parties make your decisions for you. Let me tell you the deal. This is the truth. Most of the times in history, under a Democratic administration, there's more money in your pocket. And times are better, most of the time. The fact remains that Clinton, that would be William Jefferson Clinton, left with money in the bank. The so-called conservative gave us some of the worst debt in history. In my opinion, Moody's doesn't even have it close. They said it would be a recession under Trump. Let me put it to you this way. If Trump gets elected, the very next day, cash out your IRAs, convert them into gold and silver and platinum and other things. Because let me tell you right now, if you thought 2008 was bad under Bush, that's going to feel like a pimple compared to an entire stomach filled of pain. Or that's not a good analogy. Let me give it to you better. If you think that 2008 and that recession was bad, that would be like a small pothole in the road compared to a catastrophic 1,000-foot hole in the road. Yeah. Now, you don't have to believe me, but I tend to be right on these things. This is not partisanship. I'm not in love with Hillary Clinton or the Democrats, but I'm not stupid. Listen, this is about you. And we're going to talk about your religious beliefs in the very next episode and why you must not let them influence you at all, ever again, when it comes to politics. Oh, jeez. There must be a good reason I'd say that. For the record, yes, I believe in Jesus Christ. I approve of this message because I want to see your life improve. And I ain't worried about any freaking politician of any party when it comes to their lies. You see, I'm about you. So I approve of this message, and I am Albert Torcaso.